Okay, it's the Austrians' turn. I think on this wing, the cavalry will continue moving to my left to help with the engagement over here, and the infantry will continue to advance to try and engage with the Prussians over here. I think here we probably need to have a rethink of what the Austrians are trying to do. This unit of mixed Grenadiers and Hungarians is only one life left, so 1 mile left. So I think they probably want to pull back, which will be an action test, and replace them with this unit here. Unfortunately, this unit is a small unit of Reich Army troops, which are E-class, not particularly very good, but beggars can't be choosers, as they say. Over here, the Allied army, Allied cavalry here, could charge in here, but these are again Reich army troops and not particularly very good. So I think probably they might be better off standing and defending, and we'll use the infantry here to shoot at the Prussian cavalry and hopefully cause some damage. So I think we'll do that now, and once I've moved them, I'll come back to you. Okay, so the Allied army is now moved. The infantry move forward here, and the cavalry as well. That was without any problems. They didn't need to take an action test. They just marched forward. Unfortunately, this artillery need to take an action test because it's been fired at by the Prussian guns, and it failed its action test to move. And unfortunately, Saarbrücken doesn't have any re-rolls, so they were stopped. Meanwhile, the Reich Army infantry here, it's a small unit there, but I think because their opponents are raw, it's probably worth them trying to push it there. And I think we're going to hit them with these two artillery as well. So I'm going to assign those as targets. It's going to be an attempt to try and cause some damage to that unit. Over here, the two units managed to swap over. It involved using the commander's pip to get them to do that. But as you can see now, previously when this unit was here, it was providing support to both these two front units. Now this Austrian unit is only providing support to this unit in the front. So we'll see how it gets on. Over here, nothing happened. So now we need to do the combat, and what we're going to do is we're going to shoot here, shoot here, lots of shooting at that, and that's all. So let's do that now. Okay, let's start with the combat over here. The Prussian Dragoon unit, we don't know what quality they are exactly at the moment. They are trained B, which if you remember is we roll randomly for trained units to see what quality they are. So in this case, because they're B class, we roll a dice. So on a 5 or 6 they count as elite in this battle. On a 1 they count as raw, and anything else they count as trained. So let's roll the dice and see what they are. So they rolled a 4, they are trained. The morale test is going to be +1 for rear support. They have this unit behind them to give them support, but -1 because they're cavalry being shot at by infantry. Just so that you understand, you can see here that with infantry fire directly ahead, but as long as any part of the enemy unit is in front of the base, then the whole unit can fire, so they're eligible to be fired at. So they're going to take a morale test with +1 for rear support and -1 for being shot at by infantry. So straight dice roll. They roll a 6. 6 is a failure, so they take a hit. And I put a red dice on. I've just realised I didn't explain this before. I use the white dice to mean the unit has 2 hits left, if it had more than 2 to start off with, and I use the red dice to mean the unit has 1 hit left. So anything with 1 hit with the red dice on is nearly dead. The next combat is here. We don't need to roll for this unit. This unit is Prussian Grenadiers, so they are automatically elite. They are also in cover, so they get +1 for being elite, +1 for being in cover. and the artillery is firing over there, so it's +2 overall. So they roll the dice and they get +2. So they roll 9, 11, that's a pass. Hopefully this won't be so good for the Prussians. This unit we already know is raw from the previous rolling. It's under fire from this Reich Army unit. Let me just check. Yes, so the Reich Army unit has got a fire rank of 3. So some Reich Army units have got a fire rank of 4, which means they don't fire very effectively, but this unit does, it's just small. So the Prussian unit must take a morale test for this, and then it's got 2 extra guns firing at it, so that will give it a -2. So they roll the dice and -2, and they roll 3. Not very good. So I think we will put the commander over here to give them a reroll. Remember, commanders can only do this once per turn, no matter how good or bad they are as a commander. But he does now risk being shot and out of the game. So that doesn't change the odds, it just gives them another chance to reroll. So they roll with a -2. So 8, 6, that's still a failure, but the unit is alive. So the unit had 3 hits before, and now it has taken 1 and gets a white dice to go down to 2. Okay, so that's the end of the combat. The Austrians have done a little bit of damage. Let's see what the Prussians can do to them now.